What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode. Today, we are watching episode 4 of The Haunting of Hill House. Last one, we took a deep dive into Theo, one of the last children to talk about, and Theo's story is so tragic. If you haven't seen that episode, I urge you guys, please go back, check it out, because it is a big one to unpack. I thought that she had this gift because she could go and touch things and unveil everything that's going on inside that person's head, their past, their present, all of that. Turns out, it's the biggest curse you could ever have. I would wish that on my worst enemy. Now we've gone through almost every child living. Steven, I don't know, I was about to say Leslie, Shirley, Theo, now probably Luke, which I'm assuming has another tragic story in store for us because, I mean, the guy's in rehab now. It seems like their whole family has given up on him. I want to know, from the little snippets that they've shown us about his present, what the hell happened between sweet, innocent Luke, who just wanted to play in his treehouse with his friend Abigail, to now. I swear to God, if Abigail's the one that turned him into a drug addict, I'm gonna kill her. If she's not already dead, so that could be complicated. This story, kind of like the fall of the House of Usher, is taking its time, still introducing characters, still getting the backstory told so you have an understanding why the characters are who they are now. And I assume after we've done this introductory episode, they're gonna start advancing the plot a little bit, because we've seen how affected by this house these kids are. We've seen what they do now, and what they do now is directly related to what happened at Hill House. So we don't quite know what happened at Hill House yet, but we know how affected they were. Whether it was writing a story about it to cope, whether it was becoming a funeral director, whether it was becoming a therapist, or rehab, drugs, which, I mean, at this point, given everything that we know and don't know about Hill House, can't really judge. It's crazy. I don't know. I've never seen a ghost, but if I saw a ghost in my house that I moved into and had no way of living, and then my dad all of a sudden just picks me up in the middle of the night and tells me to get out because mom's not mom, yeah, I might have a few rough nights, probably. I'm just really excited because, as I've stated before, a lot of my screenplays that I've done have dealt with people in the trenches, in the lowest parts of their life, and it involved a lot of people who had used heroin and cocaine and meth and things like that. Really, really like hard stuff that is hard to get away from, and it's even harder on the family that's trying to support you. And I can really sympathize with Luke because I've talked to so many people who have gone through something similar. Every story is different, every little detail is different, but the effects and the pain are kind of the same. And I have a feeling like this is gonna be a hard one. The last one was a hard one, so I have a feeling that this one's gonna be a hard one too. You guys are not letting me have an easy time watching this, but it's so captivating no matter what. You feel for these characters. I feel for Theo. I feel all the little nuances of acceptance that she has a problem with, or her stoicism. I feel for Shirley's feeling like she has to take over and how she has to be in control. Steven, torn between family and money. I get all of that. Every character is just filthy rich with emotion and chips on their shoulder. It's really a masterpiece when you think about it, just how much detail has gone into these characters. And it's all because of Mike Flanagan. We know that. Hail Father Mike. Before we get into the episode, guys, there are a few more interviews on the channel, both here, and you can get the full version on Patreon. So if you're not part of the Patreon family, please join the Patreon community. There are a bunch of people there already. Thank you guys for supporting me and this channel. However, for the time being, I don't know if you guys are involved in the wrestling community or not. I surely am. And the CEO and chairman of WWE, Vince McMahon, has been involved in a lot of allegations lately. So to show our support for the foreseeable future, 20% of the Patreon funds will be going to a charity for victims of sexual assault and sex trafficking. For the foreseeable future, we want to show our support, and that includes making sure that every single person has the chance to be as free and as creative as they possibly can. If you like this video, guys, please, I urge you, like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Miss? God. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. All right. This is episode... Why can't I do this? This is episode 4 of The Haunting of Hill House. Let's go.
It was in the basement.
Hello, Luke.
My shirt. And they still didn't believe me. They don't even believe me about you.
I don't... Who? Are...
You believe me, don't you, Abigail?
Oh, God. Ugh. Oh, I don't like that push-in. I don't like that slow push. I still don't know if she's actually fake or if she's not. The score is telling me that she's fake because it gave me some ominous music and this like ominous undertone, this drone underneath. But either way, at this point, she's kind of scary. Again, if she's the reason why he turns to drugs, I'm going to find her and I'm going to reprimand her in the way that you can to a ghost. Forgot to mention this, but I really like how they do the intros with the maze that is the house itself and saying that it's impossible to get around the house because it feels like a maze. That's actually a nod to the book. By the way, chapter 3 of the audiobook should be coming out soon, if it hasn't already dropped.
We'll face out of a lot of things, water, leaves.
You can see how much of a grayer scale present day portrays Luke.
Drugs.
He looks terrible.
Going down all the wrong roads. 2004, my second tour in Iraq. My company secured the ruins.
Iraq.
I
Okay.
came across this little Iraqi girl. I mean, she was burnt up, dead. Yeah.
Wow.
Most folks don't know what happens to eyeballs in a fire.
No, and I don't want to know.
They can melt.
Oh, God. Come on, man.
That little gross charred body and melted eyes
Oh, God.
running down her cheeks.
Oh. Can they actually say all this in a support group? I would cut it up. I would cut it off. 90 days ago. Oh, because he was 90 days clean.
You know? I mean, and she's staring at me.
I love the dichotomy of him and the attitude poster behind him.
Was how to make it stop.
Are you telling me that you stabbed your eyes out?
So then I'm blind.
Oh my God.
Thing is I still see her.
That's awful.
Crispy kid with the runny egg eyes.
Ugh. And I just had eggs today. Ugh.
I leaned on my habit to get rid of that face, and my habit made sure that I never would.
I attended an AA meeting for research one time, and I was sobbing at the end after all those stories.
How about 30 days clean?
Little lighter, happier.
60? 90?
They look happier.
Thank you.
Welcome.
We support sobriety.
I've never had this much time before. So, here goes.
What?
Huh. Oh, interesting. Oh, I used to have a whole bucket of those guys when I was a kid. I think my dad like stepped on every single one of them. He hated them. He hated every one of them.
7.
Yeah, you have those toy soldiers teach that thing a lesson in the basement. I don't get it. If the mom believes that every other kid has abilities, then why doesn't like she believe Luke when he saw a zombie thing?
I think it's too big for you, honey.
What, did Charlie Chaplin live there?
It's a big boy hat, all right. Big boys, they know the difference between what's real and what's imaginary.
Ask a writer.
He loves it.
Well, how do you know that?
It's a twin thing.
They always say, I wonder if that's true. They always say that twins have that like that magical connection. Anybody out there, if you see some twins, study them. Don't do that.
And I see an accident waiting to happen if you don't pull those down.
Mm-hmm.
Bodies swinging back and forth right there.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, that's a steaming bowl of foreshadowing.
Every time I do one, I break out in track marks.
God, rehab with bunk beds? I remember Jesse Pinkman was at rehab in Breaking Bad, and it didn't look anything as militaristic and prison-like as that.
I like to feel like it was my job. Stolen from Steve on countless occasions. I broke Nellie's heart. Missed her wedding.
What the hell's the kid? Anybody see the thing behind him?
Off her back to go. Like, do I cover high school?
Is anybody gonna have that vitamin water?
Do I just start with, I briefly lived in a haunted house?
Yeah, start with that. That's a good start. Because you were normal before that. Ooh,
How's the step?
that look.
I meant to tell you your brother called earlier.
Oh God, there's nobody on the bed now.
Believe it.
Those bed mattresses look terrible.
I don't know.
What do you need? What's that, like 2 inches? You need at least like a mattress like that.
Later.
Good night.
That was weird. I didn't like how that goodbye happened. 12:03. Oh God. Oh, that's when Nellie was in the red room, right? Oh God, damn it! Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, did she say go?
Luke, you ready? Ready.
Wow. These kids are absolutely adorable.
I sent 3. Well, I only got 2. Maybe we can drop some other stuff to shake it loose.
That's intuitive.
There are some rocks in the garden. Pretty ones.
You wanna
I'll go
shove
find
rocks
them.
down this? Clara?
Was something else up there? Like
Oh,
who? Is it
hell
really
no.
real?
No.
You're scared. No, I'm not.
I am.
How? Because I'm scared.
Oh,
Nellie's still down there?
I'm gonna hate it.
I was right. There's nothing.
I don't like that. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh! The hell is Clara? Oh God! Don't tempt me with a good transition. I'm freaked out right now, man. Tooth Fairy? No.
Joey chose to leave treatment in the middle of the night.
Oh, I knew that wasn't a regular goodbye.
This is a moment we should all pay attention to. There's a reason why the program encourages us to stay out of personal relationships the first year.
We're not in a really.
They're really zeroing in on him here.
How the fuck do you expect people to get through this without friends?
We don't.
That's a good point.
And you lean too hard on another addict? Well, shit. We didn't all end up in here because we're so reliable.
I don't know if that was the best way to go about that. Outing him and singling him out in the middle of a group. I mean, that's a good way to feel ganged up.
Luke, you okay in there?
Luke is gone. Mm-hmm.
Hi, this is Nell. Please leave a message after the...
Oh. How long do you actually stay? You okay? How long do you actually stay in rehab? I know it's individualized, but like 90 days is kind of a lot. 9 months is kind of a lot. What? Oh, what? Oh, God! Fuck you, dog. Whose dog is that? That was weird. That was unnecessary. What is that? What are you doing? You hear thumping and you're gonna go check it out? Oh. Holy sh! What are you doing? What is that? Let me turn my brightness up. Oh my God. What? That is by far like the worst ghost that we've seen. There's no way he didn't hear that. Oh, come on. Run. Just run. Just make a run for it. Nellie will wake up. She'll feel it. She'll feel you run. She'll run too. He's just hovering like that. Is this the ghost of Chris Angel? Ooh, I like that shadow shot though. The hat. Is that the ghost that he sees at present day? He's a little taller now. Don't make a sound. Don't make a sound. Don't make a sound. What the fuck, kid? Oh. He just had to breathe. He just needed air. You're doing a lot of breathing now. Oh. Oh, he's like, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, the sounds of New York, if this were it.
Guys, I finally made it to New York City!
Lady, shut the fuck up!
That statement could put me to sleep. Oh, man. Oh, was that Zoe? Oh, he must have known that this was like her spot or something. That's sad. 9 months down the drain. Although I just started rewatching Breaking Bad and the same thing happened with Jane, but it was 18 months.
Hey.
You didn't know her. Oh.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Come on. It's okay.
I found her. We're coming back. We can be there in 20 minutes.
I'm sorry.
Bet you did it to yourselves.
Yeah, but he went to go help her. He wants to be there. He's actively trying to come back.
I slept on it funny last night.
They're really focusing on his neck. Is he feeling something in his neck because of something with Nellie?
Do you have money?
No.
Can you get money? You think you can call them?
Oh. Wait. So when he went to go steal the stuff from Steven, that was actually for her, to get the money for her.
With you.
It really wasn't what it looked
Just
like.
you were for me, okay?
Good for you, Luke. In a way, don't steal. But good. Oh. What are those hats called again?
You know, once I broke my foot, and Nell called me. She was just watching TV, and her ankle just went nuts.
Huh. All right.
Hurt like hell.
All right. So it's definitely something to do with Nell now. Mom talking about hanging from the ropes, fixing that. Him saying that his neck hurts. I could be wrong. Hey, Lee.
This is a surprise.
Why does she not look happy to see him? She burned by him too?
Lee, I need to borrow some money. Just
Ugh.
It's not like that. I just.
You know you can't do that. You know that.
Oh, God. Yeah, this is hard. I know.
Can you just give me Steve's address now, please?
I've seen.
I think he's out of town.
She won't even give him
I mean, even if he wasn't,
his address?
things are bad enough.
You're not serious. I am. They'll hang a toy phone around your neck.
Oh,
You're gonna have to
wait.
wear it all
Oh,
day,
she
not
already
longer.
met
Like a
them?
child's toy phone? So Luke tells me you're a writer.
I did.
Where do you get your ideas from?
Other family members?
So is this your first rehab, Joey?
It's far from it.
I like how open they're being. That's really healthy.
So what's different?
That's good.
Something. The definition of insanity, Steve. Doing the same thing over and over.
And expecting different results. Sure, man. Sure.
Okay.
They're all different.
It's a little dickish.
This time around, I got more support. And I'm giving more support. It looks like the same thing over and over again, but that's not insanity. Out there on the streets, that's insanity.
Of course.
So that's what recovery is. You know, it's when we decide to get clean, it's not because we expect it to be fucking exciting, you know?
That's a really good point. Eat your words, Steve. That was a great monologue.
She's articulate, she's funny, yeah, disarming, you might say.
When you have it coming.
And she talked me through it. She wrote it out with me.
Wow. Awesome.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I just want you to be careful is all.
I'm doing good, Steve.
You can be careful, but don't be a dick about it.
Just because someone's a good person, just because you care about them, doesn't mean they won't burn you.
That I agree with.
Thanks, Steve.
I get that this is his way of being protective and defensive, protective of him.
That's all
but
I wanted, 30 days clean so you could make me feel like shit again.
But then this might happen.
Fuck you.
Oh, good God. The iPad, right? Oh. Wow. The context changes all of this. I love that they showed this in the beginning, so now that we can see and feel differently. This is kind of like the same thing that Zoe was just saying. It's the same scene over again, but it's different. I love that. I hope that was intentional. So what are they going to actually do with the money? Please tell me that they actually go to a hotel and use it for what they want to use it for, or what they originally said they were going to.
Damn it, it's cold tonight. Are you cold?
Does it get cold in LA?
It's a few more blocks.
Man, I don't know if I'm making another couple blocks to that place. Baby. Got a fever?
Yeah.
First time we've heard her call him baby. I feel like she's gonna like slight him. She does all this meaningful stuff every time she's about to dish. She's got total Mimi from Rent vibes.
Come on, let's keep going.
She's not there.
Joey.
Oh, it is Joey. Why could And that is why you always wear slim fit, form fitting pants, because you can feel everybody trying to pickpocket you. Oh, God. Are we going to see his face? Oh, God. She did it again, and I feel like, all right, so is Steve right then? That she's just going to go get high and that she's unreliable because she's going to burn him? She just took the money that his own brother gave him when he was already done with him. And now you got Hat Guy.
Luke, addict.
I haven't eaten yet.
It's taken me 10 years to get 90 days clean. I was always a scared little kid. And I thought I'd get braver as I got older, but I didn't.
Really? Really? They're just gonna beat him up in broad day. There are people clearly walking by him in the background.
I'd stare out my window as the cars came around the corner, just hoping that one would stop and my mom would step out, to come take me home. Red eyes in the dark, just taking hope with them.
What's his ghost represent?
I have to keep those things away.
Oh.
And I'd get clean, a week, a month. But I'd always feel him, just sneaking back up on me. I'll never know how it felt for them to be done like that. I hope I never know.
That was probably the best monologue of the show so far.
There's something I need to tell you.
But I didn't use, and I'm so fucking cold, and my arms and legs are so stiff. Please let me come back, please.
Where are you? We'll come get you.
Nice Ninja Turtle pillow.
Bent neck lady.
Oh, God.
Mommy and Daddy don't believe me.
I don't believe anybody, really. So, you're not alone.
I got an idea. You need 7, and you set them up like this. Mom, Dad, Steven, Churl, Theo, you, me. It helps if you touch each one and count out loud.
Oh, so that's why he's walking 7 steps. Okay.
3,
There's that theme again.
5,
A light piano in the back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So is it because he's scared that he's doing this, or he's trying to maintain some sort of core? Ah! You're interrupting his 7, man.
2, 3, 4.
Oh!
6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What the hell? And you got this guy just floating all the way up to him. Oh my God. Oh, God. What the hell? Oh. Oh, hey, Steve. Are they about to tell him about Nell? That everything he's been feeling has been correct?
My arms and legs are stiff, and I it's just,
Oh, does Steve know why?
It's like withdrawal, but I wasn't
Wow.
using, but I feel it anyway. It's Nell. Nell's dead.
Wow.
How? It was suicide. Maybe. It wasn't.
Okay. Luke is my favorite character. Hands down. This was a different episode, and I think we all could feel it watching it because, yes, there were jump scares, but they focused more on Luke in a melancholy sense. They had some elements of redemption in there, but it was mainly around him feeling a connection to Nell. And I don't know what his ghost is yet. I'm assuming that it has something to do with the floating man with the cane that he saw before. And we never saw the man turn around in present day, but he had his arms posed that he was either holding his hands like this, just like this, or he was holding something like maybe a cane, because we did see the ghost take his hat, and now the present day ghost has that hat. So it's probably the same ghost. I don't know who that ghost is. I don't know what he represents now, but when they were showing him near the end, it was scary, yeah, but it wasn't scary like, you know, Nell's bent neck lady. It wasn't scary like Mr. Smiley or anything. It was done over the monologue of Luke's 90-day sobriety and his celebration. There was so much depth over this ghost, and it wasn't portrayed as something scary. He was portrayed as just a looming shadow, and it seemed like it was causing Luke pain. And his 7 steps were for family, but it looked like he was always trying to get away from this ghost. He never confronted it. He was always trying to get away with it. But just like every other child, eventually they're going to have to confront this ghost. Whatever their ghost is, they're going to have to confront it somehow. It's an interesting thing, the twin connection, always being able to feel what the other twin is feeling, even when it comes down to injuries. And Luke clearly, from the very beginning, from the moment he woke up at 12:03, he knew something was wrong. He didn't know exactly what was going on. He didn't actually ever say Nellie was in the red room. That was just Shirley. He felt pain in his neck. He's feeling chills. He's feeling cold. He's sweating a lot. His body is stiffening up. That's exactly what would happen to a body within the first few hours of death. But his neck is hurting. So that leads me to believe, because Carla Gugino, Liv, mentioned something about Hugh putting away the ropes that were hanging by the staircase because somebody's going to end up hanging there. That's not for nothing. Mike Flanagan doesn't just put anything there for nothing. That sounds like a smoking gun to me. If you were to write that in there, you wouldn't just give her a line for nothing. It sounds like, from what I'm hearing, Nellie probably died by hanging? I mean, Luke's neck is hurting. But at the same time, at the very end, let's talk about that. Steve says to Luke, she's dead, she committed suicide. And the last thing that we hear is Luke say, no, it wasn't suicide. So like, what the hell was it then? Because she was in the room alone, right? She just went alone. I mean, that sounds like suicide to me. But then at the same time, there's a bunch of fucking ghosts in the house, so probably it was one of them. I'm gonna put my money on Abigail because she looks suspicious. Just how she's drawn. I don't like that. I don't like her. Luke is an interesting character because Luke is the only character that we've met in the entire show already who comes to us broken, present day. Everybody else has a front. We can assume that they have some broken pieces to them underneath, but they hide it very well in their professionalism, whether it's money or their success with, having a successful, fruitful family, or just being a successful psychologist. Luke is the only one who is down in the dirt, and we see that from the very beginning. But at the same time, we don't have to break down those walls. Those walls are already broken. He's at his lowest point, and we are seeing him build up and build up and build up, which is an interesting tool to have, because not only do you kind of create more depth and more range in your cast of characters, but he fits so well into because that element was needed before anybody ever realized that element was needed in the ensemble of siblings. But his vulnerability is also what has affected the family so much, as seen from Steven's reaction to having dinner with him and Joey. I'm sorry I kept saying Joey for dinner, and how he just completely disregarded any good thing that was happening to him because he was just so burnt by him and he was so done. All the bridges have been burnt and he just wants nothing to do with it, but he wants Luke to be surrounded by good people and he wants him to do well. He just doesn't want to be the person to do it, and he's just skeptical of every decision that Luke makes, even allowing somebody like Joey into his life. I think he just wants his brother to stay focused alone. And that's tough because some people can't do it alone. Most people can't do it alone, which is going to be interesting because it seems like Luke, despite all of the things that he's done to the family and all of the disdain that they might have for him or not want anything to do with him, Luke seems to be the only one who actually has some answers as to how Nell actually died. So, no matter what, they're gonna need him. Luke is going to be the central key in figuring out what the hell is going on. And I really love that. The most vulnerable person, the person that a lot of them want nothing to do with, is the key person that they need at this moment. And I love that. I genuinely believe that Luke wants to do well because all he wants to do is help other people. He doesn't seem selfish. I know, addicts at times can really mask that. A lot of them are very good at manipulating, but then we saw as the audience, this is one great way that film and TV can be used as a medium of telling stories, because we as the audience, there are times where we either know something that the character already knows and are waiting for it to be told. Say something was revealed and the character's holding it in, and then they eventually tell the other character, like for example in Breaking Bad, when Walt killed Jane, he holds that until he tells Jesse seasons later as a way of hurting him. But there are also times where we are let in on moments that no other character sees. So Luke doing his 7 steps, letting his family be his support system with every step, that's something that only we see as the audience. We are the only observers of Luke's behavior. And they always say, who you are when nobody's looking is actually who you are. And we got a glimpse at Luke when nobody was looking, except for us. but we don't really matter in that sense. He was essentially alone, and what he did while he was alone was nothing but good. All he thought about was helping people. He saw people using, and he didn't go and talk to them, but he saw Joey. That's why he waited there. He wanted nothing but to help her. And then all he was doing while he was actually alone was trying to maintain, trying to bring himself back to center, focus on family, and nothing else. And so when Steven actually pulls up and he says, I didn't use, we believe him. Steven might not. And then exactly the same time when he went to go see Lee and he's like, I didn't use on clean, you know, even though she said that he looked healthy, she was very skeptical. And I'm still trying to figure out why, because, you know, she's not with Steven at that point, and they haven't said why for that either. And now, with a little bit of context, the moment where Luke ran into Steven after stealing his stuff, we now know that that actually is for hotel money. Even though Joey stole it, we know that Luke is being a good person. Again, who you are when nobody is looking is actually who you are. And we know that Luke is a good person, which is why it's so hurtful when the other characters don't see it, because we know something that they don't. So they still think that he's using or he's stealing it for drug money, and they've been burned so many times, then yeah, it's understandable why they don't believe him, but it hurts us as an audience more because we know that he's actually using it for good. Luke pulled on my heartstrings more than I think any other character has so far, and I really love that because he's an essential, vulnerable piece that no other character is showing right now, and that is something that is sorely needed, and I cannot wait for them all to get together. I assume it should be soon because we've introduced all of the kids at this point, except for Nell, but I don't imagine there's going to be a whole lot about her that we're going to find out that isn't through flashbacks, unless she pops up like a ghost, like every other ghost that's shown up in the scene. Also, are there ghosts that are just popping randomly up? Because I swear to God, I'll go back and check, but I'm pretty sure there was a ghost on his bed, on a bed in Rehab. I'm gonna go back and check, but if so, I'm gonna lose my mind, man. That's it for episode 4, guys. Please, if you like this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. I'll be posting more things here and Patreon. So again, if you're not part of the Patreon family, please go and subscribe. Like I said, 20% of all Patreon funds for the foreseeable future will be donated to an organization for victims of sexual assault and sex trafficking. That's it for the video, guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you to the patrons. From one artist to another, stay creative, and I'll see you again.